Sarasota, and the people drive in droves just to see the beach and rivers and the fabled orange groves. And there's no frost on any rooftops. It's a prisoner on parole. Can't escape the sun of winter, and spring will soon unfold. Those chimneys up in Chipley aren't smoking like they should, and families out on 51 still got a cord of wood. They talk about how warm it is while eating Christmas dinner. The season don't feel like it should beneath the sun of winter. Now there's jams in Sarasota, and the people drive in droves just to see the beach and rivers and the fabled orange groves. And there's no frost on any rooftops. It's a prisoner on parole. Can't escape the sun of winter, and spring will soon unfold. Summer heat down here seems to last forever. Sometimes you just want to be cold by late September. But autumn died an early death. That crisp air never came. It landed on a blue-red jail, stranded weak and lame. Those breezes sliding their way south must finally surrender. Azaleas blossom without fear beneath the sun of winter. Sun of winter. Thank you. They say it takes an entire half of your brain to talk and tune a guitar at the same time. And I could never decide which half to use. This song's been around a while. I wrote it back in 1982. It's called Medicine Man. Back in the swamps of the Sunshine State, I met the old red man. He had no home. He got by just living off the land with a Seminole magic. He taught me to hunt and to fish, and I remember as a young boy having just one wish. I wanted to be like the medicine man. He knew every bird that flew and every fish that swam. He knew the ways of nature, and she held him in her hand. I wanted to be like the medicine man. I followed that old Indian to a sawmill town one day. The people there all despised him, they'd all look the other way. Some said that he was crazy, 'cause he lived differently. but nothing that those town folks said mattered much to me. I wanted to be like the medicine man. He knew every bird that flew and every fish that swam. He knew the ways of nature, and she held him in her hand. I wanted to be like the medicine man. We'd been there only minutes when we heard an awful shriek. Little Mary Porter was drowning in Black Creek. Before I knew what had happened, my old friend was by her side. And the people knew without his help that Mary might have died. But the strain of that rescue was more than he could stand. Silently, the Seminoles slipped down to the sand. He never heard the thank you from the little girl he saved. But the town that used to hate the man laid flowers on his grave. I wanted to be like the medicine man. He knew every bird that flew and every fish that swam. He knew the ways of nature, and she held him in her hand. I wanted to be like the medicine man. Yes, I wanted to be like the medicine man. Do a couple more old ones for you. This is off my first tape, Water on Three Sides, as was Medicine Man and the song I will do next. But that's not just a tape anymore. Due to everybody upgrading their sound systems at home, it sounds like, and in the car, and we decided to put that on CD. So if you don't have Water on Three Sides on CD, we do have it here for you today. This is called The Memory of Florida Bay. Who'd have ever thought that the bay would be thirsty to drink from the river of grass? Who'd have ever thought that the coral reefs were as fragile as glass? I wonder why the fish that we're here for the taking are nothing but memories and ghosts. I wonder why the osprey that nests here vanished all over the coast. Does anyone remember Florida Bay like it used to be? With showers of shrimp in the wake of the bow and an egret in every tree. No, it's not a dream that we're chasing to keep it from going away. The voice of the deep cries out for us to keep the memory of Florida Bay. In the shallow water, there's a rock in a cradle that nurtures the young of the seas that are born in the bay and then swim through the Gulf and the Keys. But there's a growing shadow that covers that nursery, and we can't afford to forget. Some treasures escape like a fish through a hole in a net. Does anyone remember Florida Bay like it used to be? The showers of shrimp in the wake of the bow, and an egret in every tree. No, it's not a dream that we're chasing to keep it from going away. The voice of the deep cries out for us to keep the memory of Florida Bay. Florida Bay. Florida Bay. Thank you. Got time for 3 more, I guess. We'll do one more old one and then a couple of new ones. Now, I want to tell you on this next one, if you haven't heard it, you'll probably know it enough to sing along with it on the second chorus. If you have heard it, that's all I need to say. It's Honeymoon in Palatka. And get warmed up, because the next one is a sing-along. Well, me and my girl were making all those plans that you do when you tie the knot. But after looking at a bunch of them color brochures, we changed our getaway spot. So I called our travel agent and I passed along the news. I said, we're still getting married, but you can cancel the cruise. We're gonna spend our honeymoon in Palatka, ain't going to Waikiki. That Holiday Inn at the foot of the bridge is good enough for me. We're gonna fish on the St. Johns River. We're gonna eat at Angel's Grill. We're gonna honeymoon in Palatka, just south of Jacksonville. Why, some folks go to the Poconos, others to Cancun. Some like the Bahamas or North Carolina, town of Boone. But between Gainesville and Hastings, we found our love retreat. We're gonna spend our wedding evening in the Putnam County seat. And we did. We're gonna spend our honeymoon in Palatka, ain't a-going to Waikiki. That Holiday Inn at the foot of the bridge is good enough for me. We're gonna fish on the St. Johns River. We're gonna eat at Angel's Grill. We're gonna honeymoon in Palatka, just south of Jacksonville. We're gonna honeymoon in Palatka, it's just south of Jacksonville. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to use a word I've never used in public before. Replete. Florida history is replete with amazing stories and fun facts. See, you can't do it. You can't talk and tune the guitar at the same time if you don't know what half of your brain to use. But I went for it. I was being bold. All right. This is a fabulous story. It's a true story. One of those obscure little things, though, out there lurking in Florida history. I mean, we've been around for 400 and something years now. But The name of the song is The Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. The Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. You have a part in this. On the chorus, when we eventually get to it, I'll sing a line. Yes, a great musician's what I want to be if I'm caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. And then, just like in a good Gilbert and Sullivan opera or play, you go, yes, a great musician's what he wants to be if he's caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. And it's just a little sailor's hornpipe tune. Yes, a great musician's what he wants to be if he's caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. Yes, a great musician's what he wants to be if he's caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. Here we go. We'll jump into a war right here between the French and Spanish. They'd both settled in North Florida and wanted each to vanish. So one group marched, some shots were fired, and others did set sail. But soon the French had found themselves at sea amidst a gale. Now Huguenots and Catholics may sound like they're all Christians, but each thought the others were from hell and founded their own mission. But the Spanish had the maker's ear, and French plans came unraveled, 'cause the ran their ships aground at a place we call Canaveral. Still with me? Well, the French persisted and walked north, but Indians blew the horn. They told the troops in Augustine that the French were tired and worn. So the Spanish met them in the dunes and made some harsh decisions. They put everyone to death, but a few Catholics and musicians. Yeah, so a great musician's what I want to be if I'm caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. Okay. Well, Matanzas is the name they gave that graveyard by the ocean, and tourists lay out on it now in shades and suntan lotion. Well, I've nothing against Catholics, I'll just find my own religion, but in case I'm ever shipwrecked, I'll confess I'm a musician. Hey! 'Cause a great musician's what I want to be if I'm caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. Yes, a great musician's what he wants to be if he's caught between the devil and the deep. Yes, a great musician's what I want to be if I'm caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. Yes, a great musician's what he wants to be if he's caught between the devil and the deep. All right, I'm going to finish with a new one. Devil in the Deep Blue Sea, and this one will be on the new CD. Again, the title of the new CD will be The Son of Winter, and we'll have those for you by hopefully the Gamble Fest, and then certainly by White Springs. I wanted to write a song about manatees. Many people have. This ended up not being a song about manatees, but actually a song about a much larger issue, and it's how we move through space. It's how we move through space, especially if that's aquatic space. It's about how you choose to live, too. Hopefully you will find something in here that's encouraging, relaxing, and maybe inspiring. This is called Paddles and Sails, and I've really enjoyed playing for you today. I'll be back tomorrow at 3 over on the other stage. The water has spoken. It's calling your name. Now you're being beckoned to Neptune's domain. Will you proceed gently in the vessel you chose? Where current can carry, where steady wind blows. You may miss a moment by speeding too fast. Remember your future's made of your past. Compared to the journey, the finish line pales. So choose for your travels between paddles and sails. Hear the wind in the rigging as you reach on the beam. Dip your hand in the shallows as you drift down a stream. Somewhere near the surface, a manatee floats. Another encounters the blade on the boats. But if you are gliding through the liquid that day, he'll whisper a thank you and just swim away. So firm up your muscles or wrestle the wind. Let out your navigation, the elements blend. In silence the spirit of living prevails. That's more of the mystery of paddles and sails. That's more of the mystery of paddles and sails. Thank you all very much.
Mark Smith. As Mark mentioned, you can pick up his CDs and tapes. Most of the musicians that you're going to hear performing today have tapes and CDs down at the Friends of Florida Folk booth. You can also get commemorative T-shirts there, mugs, hats, women's samplers, who knows. They